Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bismillah. Alhamdulillah. Assalatu wassalamu ala rasulihil kareem. Amma ba'd. Fa'auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Today, inshallah, in this video, I'm going to do lesson 18. And in lesson 18, you are going to learn past tense, Fellaimati, al-Fellaimati. And Alhamdulillah, this is we are almost done with basic ism studies, and in last 16 initial 16 lessons. We learned about ism and its 4 properties, and then we learned about fragments, and then in lesson 17 we learned jumla ismiya. So now we are moving on to the study of fail, and we know that the fail is the second type of kalima in Arabic grammar, second type of word. So we learned ism in last 16-17 lessons, ism and its related jumla, a jumla based on ism, and now we are moving on to fail. So from the definition point of view, we know that we already know that fail is a word which tells us about an action happening at a particular time, whether it's a present at a particular time, present, past, or future. So an action may be happening in the present or past or future. In other words, a fail tells us about action and time. Now, different types of fail in Arabic. In today we are going to learn about past tense. Fellaimati is our brief actual topic. But Fellaimati or past tense is one type of fail in Arabic. So how many types of fail are there in Arabic grammar? So there are 3 main types of fail. The first one, that's our topic today, Fellaimati, the past tense. And the second type of fail is Fe'lul Mudari. Fe'lul Mudari is in Arabic, it encompasses both present and future tense. So if an action is happening either in present or is going to happen in future, for both, we have one type of fail in Arabic that is called Fe'lul Mudari. And then there's another type of main type of fail, which is called Fe'l Amr and Nahi. So these are commanding and forbidding fail. Fail for commanding or fail for forbidding. So these are 3 main types of fail in Arabic. Now, for zooming in to past tense. What is past tense? Past tense is like action happening in the past. So the past tense is easier than mudare because mudare encompasses both present and future. And we are beginning our study of fail with past tense. We know that usually when we learn English or Urdu grammar, we learn present tense first. But in Arabic, we just started with Fellaimati. Why? There is a strong reason behind it. This is because past tense Fellaimati provides the basic fundamental form of almost all types of fail in Arabic. So Fellaimati, especially the Hua form. Fellaimati, the Hua form, the Hua version is basically the most basic form of fail in Arabic. And some grammarian even say that Hua version of Fellaimati is the basis or place of origin, Maqam Sudur, for all types of other words, types of different forms of fail, sighat, different forms of fail, sigha. So as we go along the fail study, as we go along the fail studies, you'll observe this fact, inshallah, that how these different the fail takes on different forms. Okay. A fail, okay. A fail in Arabic differs from an English verb in that every fail contains a pronoun within it. So in addition to time, in English, any word that is related to action is verb. But in Arabic, we only say, we only label a word fail when when there is an action and there is a mention of time also. So in Arabic, action plus time. But there's another fact, interesting fact, that in a fail in Arabic has doer also within it. So action plus time or tense and the doer. Okay, so a fail in Arabic tells us that an action is happening in either present time or it has happened in the past or is going to be there in future. And it also tells us the doer. Who is the doer? Either he or she, or the doer is singular or plural. So what type of doer is there? So the fail in Arabic tells us, shows us doer also. Now there's a question: how do we recognize the tense and the doer in a fail? Like when we see a word that is fail, how do we recognize the tense, that it's a Fellaimati or Fellaimudare, and where is the doer in that fail? So the answer to this question is, we do it by knowing the specific structure or formation of each type of fail. It means the structure or formation of Fellaimati is different. Its construction, its structure is different, and Fellaimudare, the pattern, the formation is completely different. So now we are focusing on the structure or formation of Fellaimati. Okay. As as we already know that almost all Arabic verbs, almost all Arabic fail can be traced back to three-letter verb, right? We know that there are three-letter root letters for every word in Arabic, almost every word. They are like 99.5% of the time, the words have three-letter root letters, three-letter root that is called jazr, and only 0.5 to 1% of the all vocabulary words. There are four-letter root letter words that are called rubai. When like 99% or 99% words in Arabic are salasi. Salasi, three root letters are there. And only a fraction of 1% has four root letters. So to understand the structure of Fellaimati, we need to understand the three-letter fail, which is there, and its pattern also. So pattern for Fellaimati, Hua version is like that. Kharaja. Kharaja means means he left. It's not leaving. Leaving is not a fail. We know that. Leaving is the name of action. It doesn't tell us the time. It is fail because it is telling us that the action already happened in past. So time is also mentioned. And look, the doer is also mentioned in the same word, kharaja. Kharaja means he left. So the action is leaving. The action is leaving, and the doer is hua, he, and the action happened in the past. So all three things are there in this Fellaimati. And one more thing, the structure. This three root letter, these three root letters are arranged like the first letter always is known as fa kalma. Why fa kalma? Because the pattern it's following is fa'ala. Fa'ala, fail, fa'ala. So the first letter of every Fellaimati is fa kalma, first radical. The second letter is ain kalma, and the third letter is jim kalma. Okay. Now some facts, some rules about Fellaimati. Base form of all Arabic fail is in the past tense. We know that the past tense hua version is the most basic form of fail, and it always corresponds to the most basic form of fail. Always corresponds to the third person singular masculine pronoun hua. So hua version of any fail is the most basic form of Fellaimati or any other type of fail. Okay, the doer of the action is hidden in kharaja. He or hua is hidden inside this pattern kharaja within the base form of this fail. So I hope you understand so far. So far you understand what is the structure of Fellaimati. So Fellaimati, Fellaimati hua version is composed of always three root letters. Three root letters, almost always, like 99% of the of all vocabulary words have three root letters in the form of either kharaja or either all three letters have fatha on it, or they may have the n letter may have kasra or dhamma. So it can be zahaba, like again fa'ala pattern. Fa kalma is dal, ha kalma is ain kalma is ha, and ba kalma lam kalma is ba. Dhahaba means he went. This is completely different fail, but following the same pattern. Fa'ala, dhahaba. Then we have another fail, which is jalasa. Jalasa means he sat. He sat. So jalasa again following the same pattern. Jalasa, fa'ala, fa'ala, same pattern. Another example of fa'ala pattern is nasara. Nasara, three-letter root word. He helped. So this is all. Just notice that all these fail in this column are past tense. He went. He said. He helped. He heard. He became noble. So all these fail are past tense, and all of them are hua version. He. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, the top three fail are on the pattern of fa'ala. Dhahaba, fa'ala. Jalasa, again same pattern. Nasara, again same pattern. Fa'ala. Now we have two uh, mm, less frequent pattern. Actually, these two, the last two rows. These are also past tense pattern, but they are less frequent. Samia, Samia. So ain kalma, the middle kalma has kasra on it in this pattern. So this pattern is fa'ila. Sami'a, fa'ila. Sami'a means he heard. And then another pattern, another less frequent pattern, lesser frequent pattern is karuma. Karuma, he became noble. So karuma has an kalma, in karuma, ain kalma has dhamma on it. Fa'ula, the pattern of karuma is fa'ula. So we have overall, in past tense, we have three patterns. Let me take the marker. For these three fail, we have pattern of fa la, fa la. Okay, and for this samia, we have fa'ila pattern. Fa I la, fa I la pattern, and for karuma we have a fa u, fa u la pattern. Okay, so far so good. So far, what did you learn? We learned that Fellaimati, we are studying Fellaimati because the Hua version of Fellaimati is the most basic form of all fail. Okay, and it gives the basis for all different types of metamorphosis, like different form of fail. They evolve from this pattern, fa'ala pattern. Okay, and this is Hua version, and 99% of the words have root letters, 3 root letters. Okay, and Hua version of these words, Hua version of Fellaimati of all these words have 3 patterns. Either they are on the pattern of fa'ala, which is most frequent, or fa'ila, or fa'ula. The examples for fa'ala we have on this page: Zahaba, he went; Jalasa, he sat; Nasara, he helped. And for fa'ila pattern, we have Samia, and for fa'ula pattern, Karuma. So far, so good. Let me clear all the drawings and scroll down. So overall, in the base form for all 3 letter past tense fail, fa kalma and lam kalma always have a fatha. Fa kalma and lam kalma always have a fatha. The, ba. The is fa kalma and ba is lam kalma. Last letter is lam and first letter is fa. So first and last always fatha. Only the second kalma changes, takes different form. In most frequent form, the end kalma also has fatha on it. And 2 less frequent form are the one in which one in Samia pattern. In Samia the pattern is fa'ila, kasra on ain kalma. And then we have another pattern, fa'ula, in which dhamma is on the ain kalma. So these are three patterns. Fa'ala, fa'ala, fa'ila, fa'ula. Try to memorize this. Fa'ala, fa'ila, fa'ula. Okay, so these are patterns of Fellaimati. So I think that's enough for introduction to the Fellaimati. Inshallah, in next lesson, we are going to do different on more versions of past tense. Today we learned about hua version. All these fail are hua version. He went, he said, he helped, he heard, he became noble. So inshallah, in the next lesson, we are going to learn other patterns. When in addition to hua, we are going to see other doers within that fail also, as you see here. But this, inshallah, we are going to cover this portion next time, in next lesson, next class. So till then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.